Okay, recording now. Hi guys. I suppose I should do a formal kind of welcome to the Fierce Fit Society team call on Thursday. It's been a while since we've done this call because of holiday and vacations and all that jazz. So you guys that are on now and anybody watching the recording, thank you for hopping on. It's April 7th. I have to look at my calendar because I have no idea what day it is anymore. April 7th, and beginning of a new month. I hope you guys have set some really high expectations for yourselves and some big goals. I know in the team page, today, I put out my little charts for everybody who's shooting for diamond. I hope you guys like the look of it. I hope you guys get fired up by that and seeing that in there as a visual to see this is exactly what I got to do to hit my diamond goal. And this is exactly what you're going to do to teach your coaches how to hit diamond too. You know, it goes without saying, you know, from being a new coach, you learn exactly what you need to do. It's go emerald and keep going emerald. Every week that you can, just keep going emerald every week, every month. And that's eventually going to get you to diamond. You know, just keep looking at it that way. And then you're going to teach 2 of your coaches to go to emerald. Easy peasy. And that's as easy as signing up a spouse and a family member to help get them to that level. So when you guys are looking at this goal of diamond, don't let it be a hairy, scary thing. Look at it as something that's just as easy as emerald. I don't want you guys to look at it as it's like a hard thing, because when you break it down, it's not. And that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother call, but just look at it that way. Just as long as you guys are running challenge groups every month and you're tapping people into the community and tapping people into the programs, you're going to get those believers. So you're going to be able to continue to grow. Okay, I'm just going to get to the meat of tonight's call because I feel like I changed so much. Like you'll find this as you're growing as a leader, that you are constantly evolving, constantly trying to find new ways to do things. And Power Hour is one of those things that I'm constantly kind of redoing. You know, like I know we did like a live Power Hour not too long ago. Hey, Laura. Hi. Laura's in her RV. Where are you right now?
Georgia.
Georgia. Oh, that's so exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so I just get too excited seeing you guys. Okay, so I keep changing the way I do things. So we tried that Power Hour, and I thought it was, you know, a fun way to, you know, be able to do that together and just kind of dig in together, which we'll probably do more of those and maybe swap out some of our maybe Thursday calls for just doing a Power Hour. But I have been tapping into other kind of team leaders calls and just seeing what other people are doing. And I came up and discovered this Daily Fours is what it's called. And I know there's a Power 3 document, and that's just a simple thing. Invite 3 people, add 3 people, you know, boom, 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 go down the line, connect to 3 people. But this was like really super slick when I looked at it, and I started implementing it the last several weeks now. And I've been doing it 4 days a week, because when I looked at like the Daily 3 or the Power of Threes, it was kind of a challenge for me to get in my Power Hour and do these activities every day. Because as I'm growing, as this team is growing, and as you grow your businesses, you're going to find you have a lot more people to mentor. You know, some of you may only have one coach, but you're a coach of a coach. So you have to mentor that coach. And it's kind of been hard for me to manage my own personal business, meaning inviting people, adding people. You know, I get caught up in the mentoring part and helping a lot of you new coaches jump on board, which is, you know, part of that thing where I say I've failed a lot in my past. Well, I want to help everybody succeed quicker than I did, because it took me a long time to get to where I am today, because I had to stumble and fall along the way. But these Daily Fours, a lot of that is because I wasn't working on my personal business, and I've been working so much on mentoring people until I found this Daily Fours and started implementing this. So I'm going to actually share my screen and share this document. I put the link under that thread, and I have actually, hold on here. I'm closing you guys all out. I should be sharing my screen here first. Okay, hold on. Of course, share screen. Can you guys see that? Thumbs up if you can. Okay, cool. I'm going to move you guys off to the side here. Ugh. Okay. I'm going to close that. Oh, man, guys. Where'd it go? Okay. So this is the document that I found. And I have this saved in a Google Drive, and behind the screen here is actually something I'm working on for everybody before me and Alicia get this website going that we're working on training. So I'm putting a lot of getting new coach started right. I've got another folder that I'm working on for training. But in this, for new coaches to tap them into, which you guys are all going to get a link to send your coaches to this, but is this document. And I love how this is broken down. I think it was Erin Young that was, either she created it or she got it from somebody else, and I kind of found it from her. And I love how it's just kind of broken down where you can do this 4 days of the week and focus on the number 4. You know, there's 4 vital behaviors in the company now. The 4th one being recognition. So it seems like there's like this pattern of the number 4 kind of coming up. So 4 topics to focus on in your power hour. And this could be done, I swear, I did it in 30 minutes. There's several days that I've done this in 30 minutes time, just being super focused. But doing your invites, your ads, your connects, and then the piece that was kind of missing on the power 3s is mentoring. You know, and that is one of the things I feel like was kind of the missing component, because we get all wrapped up in doing everything else, and we want to be mentoring our coaches and mentoring our challenge group participants, because they're the ones that came to us in the first place. And those are the ones whose relationships we want to nurture and keep building, so that eventually, you know, they're going to either be great people to refer people to you, or they're going to become your great coaches. So the mentoring piece is like so huge. So I wanted to kind of go through each of these little pieces, and then I added a script in the team page that I shared. That is something else that I'm doing when it comes to this inviting, to make it easy to just whip out some messages to people. And it's more geared to like cold market people. So if you've got people in your network that maybe you haven't connected with, maybe you've friended them from a friend, and you just don't know how to strike up that conversation, the script is like awesome for that, to get some conversations going. So this is kind of set up where like you go through boom, 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 like you do your invite, then your ad, then your connect, and then do your mentoring last. Because like the biggest thing you want to do is eat your frog first, right? But Brian Tracy's book, Eat That Frog, you want to do those hard things first, those unsexy things that you don't want to do, that you save until the very last minute because you just hate doing it, or it's just your least desirable thing to do. So that for me, and I'm sure for a lot of you, raise your hands if it is inviting. You know, sending out those messages. Yep, Stacy's here. You know, sending out those messages, it can be daunting because we don't want to hear no. We don't want to be rejected. We don't want people to ignore us. But that's the piece of the puzzle you got to move to get your business going. Because if you're not inviting, you don't have, you know, people to help. So doing that inviting task first is like the most important thing. So that's reaching out to people that you've maybe talked to, reaching out to your cold market people and inviting them to either your challenge group, a sneak peek, because we're doing those every month towards the end of the month now. You'll have a sneak peek to invite them to, or a free challenge group, a free 5-day group. So as long as you're running your monthly marketing plan and you're doing something each month on a consistent basis, you're always going to have something to invite people to, you know, and if you don't, I've got something. So invite them to my stuff, and then get in there and coach them with me. That's what I'm there for too. So you're going to go through and you're going to invite at least 4 people. I would set, you know, I haven't really set a number for myself, but a minimum of 4. I mean, there's some days where I'm doing 10, you guys, 10, 15. I mean, it gets to be a lot, but because I've got an inbox of about 70 messages now, which is probably why it takes me a few days to get back to some of you guys. And I need to find an efficient system for all of us to communicate better outside of my Facebook inbox, because it gets really hard. But where was I just going with that? Oh, 4, at least 4, but you don't go, like, you're gonna find that's really, this can be really easy sending, copy pasting, sending these messages to some of your cold invite people, but don't go crazy because you're gonna have people responding to you and then you're gonna be busy for hours. So just be careful of that, be mindful, and just align with your goals. So say you have a power hour and you do 4, say you want to do another power hour, you plan for 8, whatever works in your day, your schedule, for your time to reconnect with people and follow up with people. That's how many people you want to invite. And also, depending on the speed that you want to grow, the more people you're inviting and talking to, the faster things are going to grow for you. If you have a high goal of achieving a certain income, of a certain rank, you want to help a certain amount of people a month, invite more people. But just be mindful of the fact that you're going to be really busy. Okay, so the next one is going to be your ads, which obviously, actually, you know what? Before I move on to ads, I'm going to dip into this invite. And I'm going to show you guys, hold on. I don't like these little bars. Okay, so that script that I gave you, this is what I'm doing when I'm talking about cold invites. Okay, so this, I listened to one of the Central Leader Board or one of the One Star Diamond Board kind of groups. There's a couple of gals that did this call and they use this script. So this is a borrowed script, and what I am using right now, what I used part of last month to help me get to Success Club 10. It was messaging some of my cold market people using a script like this. And I really didn't stray much from this script. I just basically copied and pasted. Obviously not everybody that I talked to was commenting or liking on my status. So I just kind of tweaked that little bit of a line. But the whole idea with this inviting and using this script, which I really liked, is it kind of took it to email. You start out in your Facebook and then you eventually take the conversation to email, and which, if you guys follow Chalene Johnson, she preaches to the choir about how you need a list. What if Facebook goes away tomorrow? We're screwed, right? All our contacts and everybody is on Facebook, and you want to have a means of being able to communicate with them outside of Facebook. So getting them to your inbox, getting their email whenever you possibly can is the smartest thing to do, and what I have been doing as well, as getting them into email. And I created a Lacey Salander Fitness account just for communicating with my clients, customers, and having a place for them, which I would strongly advise you guys to do, so you have just a specific email for work if you haven't done it already. I use Gmail, and I think I want to say it was Chalene. I've listened to so much lately, who said Gmail is the way to go because there's so many features and functions that you can do with Gmail. I have to learn more about it. I'm not going to tell you guys any more on that because I got to learn it. But setting up like a Gmail for that. So I've been able to get them a big chunk of this information on my challenge groups. And I use this, and I think I want to maybe eventually go in and make one for every program, because I want to think this gal said she had one for every program. But it's just basically in this email, it gives you everything about the workouts, the nutrition, Shakeology, what the groups are about, the cost. A lot of things, like you hear so many different people, this is not something I'm used to doing right up front, because I go through back and forth conversation 10 times before I get to the point of giving them links or anything like that. Like, you should never upfront give anybody your links. You should always go through and break this stuff down first. So this is kind of scary and new for me to be using this, but it worked, you guys. I used it a few times and it worked because it gave them all this information. So I gave them all this info in this email, and then I went back to Facebook and I just said, hey, I sent you the email. Where is it? There's all these responses are in here. Basically copy pasted, guys. Email sent. And then I start asking them about their goals, and we start having that kind of conversation in Facebook. And then I wait a day, unless the conversation continues to go, and then I follow up with them and ask them if they read the email and if they had any questions, and then we kind of go from there. So this has been working like a charm for me. And as far as this goes, so I'm just going to actually copy and paste it and just show you guys real quick what I'm doing. Ugh, all these screens, and move you guys around. Okay. Okay. So like you see, like, I don't know if you guys have like your chat bar up. If you open your chat, this is what I've been doing. On the bottom right corner, there's that little wheel turning thing. I'll hide the sidebar. But you see there's 140 people chatting online right now. I mean, that are online in chat. So that's a good number of people to, you know, be able to get in their inbox and probably get an answer from them right away, potentially. So like if you go in there, you know, you can start picking through people. More friends. Okay, those people are on right now. But they're in alphabetical order. So you could pretty much go through the list and invite 4 people right quick. You know, and you can pull up their name. Like it brings up their message box. So I've had a conversation with her, and she's actually a toned up girl. I don't know if there's like a MLM with that now. She would have been a super great prospect for a coach, but like if you, I don't know if I've had a conversation with her. I'm getting messages right now. Okay, so say you bring this up here. Okay, this girl, I've become a friend of hers. I found her somewhere on Facebook. I added her, probably through somebody else, and shows she's in Fargo, that she's a stylist at a salon. Okay, so maybe I want to connect with her. So this is where I would just, and I'll just do it right now just to show you guys, this is cold market. Somebody I don't know, somebody who's not in your present life that you've made connections with. And I'm going to edit it to reflect that, because I don't think she's liked on any of my posts or anything. I could say, I saw your beautiful face in my newsfeed. And I really hope that you don't mind me messaging about something like this. You know, I don't know if it would interest you, but I'm running blah, 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 a boot camp. Would you like more information? Would you like to see if it's a good fit? Cold market, ready? Boom. Write her name down, close it. Okay, easy as that. How fast was that? So that, I mean, that's where just adding people is like key, because you're going to always have somebody to send a message to. You know, you're going to have like lists. Like I have like 3 different lists. I have lists of people that are on my dream team. I have lists of people that are kind of what's called a 10 in play. So they're like 10 different people who I've had some kind of connection with, who may be ready to say yes to a challenge group or say yes to coaching, something like that. 10 people that I have made some kind of connection with, who've given me some kind of insight that they would be ready to do that. And then I have a cold market list. You know, people that I don't have a relationship with, and I'm just not quite sure where to start with that. So sending out messages like this, it can be scary. Some people will agree with doing it this way. Some people will not. Some people will say, you know, build a relationship first. Hey, check this out. Hey, she already responded. Oh, thanks, but I'm unable to do anything physical with my health still. Okay, so, well, that gives me an opportunity to start building that relationship with her, right? So just a prime example. I'm not going to go through and add all my 4 now, because I'll probably do it later. But you see, you can literally sit here and go through that whole list. So I want you guys to, you know, use that option. And, you know, could get these messages out, because that's one place where we can get stuck. Okay, let's see if I can hide this. Hide sidebar. See, before, when I just started doing this, I didn't realize that it was going to work so slick, but it totally does. Okay, so I'm going to touch on adding. Go back to this. Okay, adding. I'm a little bit all over the place, you guys. Hang on. Okay, so you're going to add 4 people, new people that you've not talked to before. And I know that we've kind of touched on this in other calls, but it's always a good kind of reminder. But what I'll do is I'll go on my friends list. This is just what's been working for me lately. And a lot of these people on the top are either, you know, people that you've been in communication with the most. You know, obviously a lot of them are coaches. So I'm gonna go down to like my friend Janelle. Okay. So I'm gonna go in her friends. Okay. This is what you're gonna do. Somebody that you really totally dig and you think they're awesome, and you think or you know that they have a lot of awesome people in their friend base that you could connect with. Okay, so I'm actually friends with a lot of her friends. Okay, hang on. Nope. Okay, so then I can't go and check out her friends because her friends list is hidden. So that was a fail. Hold on now. My toolbar's all over the place. Okay, I'll try a different friend. Okay. So I'm gonna actually go and pick my friend Jessica here. She's got 900 friends and I can see her list. So I will go, like it says, add friend, add friend, add friend. Sometimes you want to go and see if you have mutual friends. Okay, so this girl, I have 3 mutual friends with her. So it won't be weird if I add her because, you know, I can say we have these 3 mutual friends and she looks like a pretty fun girl. She's got a family, she's got kids. I'm going to add her. Okay, boom. Oh, I can't accept new friend requests. I'm following them. Okay, so maybe she's maxed out on friends. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm failing here. So yeah, I mean, you just kind of see what these people, you know, what they got going on, and you want to try and add people who they're friends with. Okay. Hopefully you guys get the picture there. But that's how I go through and add friends. I just go and I look for mutual friends. I'm gonna unshare here. Stop share. Sorry, guys.